We want to expound the Surangama Sutra again. It's time to get a headache. He's repeating over and over. Now he's talking about the 12 sense bases, or 12. So the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, plus the seeing eyes, hearing ears, smelling nose. So what the eyes see, the vision, so that 6 plus 6 becomes 12. Six roots, right? Or 6 plus 6 does. So what we see altogether becomes 12 sense bases. So he told Ananda, what is meant by the 12 sense bases being originally the wondrous true suchness of the tathagatagarbha? They were originally manifested by Buddha nature or wondrous luminous true mind. And with the single deluded thought, they become the 12 sense bases. Ananda, observe the growth of the trees, the springs and ponds of the Jeta Grove. What do you think? Are these things produced by form so that the eyes see them, or does the visual faculty produce the attributes of form? Ananda, if the eyes produce the attributes of form, then when seeing emptiness, which is not form, the nature of form should be extinguished. Then since it would be extinguished and obviously non-existent, who would be able to discern the quality of space? The same is true of emptiness. If forms produce the faculty of seeing, then when seeing emptiness, which is not form, the seeing would be extinguished. Then since it would be extinguished and non-existent, who would be able to understand the form and emptiness? Therefore, you should know that neither seeing nor forms and emptiness establish no basis. Thus, both form and seeing are false and illusory. They are neither produced by dependent arising nor self-arising. So he's repeating the eyes who see and the seeing object, the vision object, visual object. Sakyamuni Buddha said, Jetavana, Ananda Pindika, the trees, like the water and the ponds. What do you think? Are these things produced by forms so that the eyes can see them, or does the visual faculty sees the trees directly? Do they appear and then the eye see, or the eyes see those trees, springs, and ponds? Ananda, if the eyes produce the forms, so what this means is that when you see the empty space or the sky, there's nothing. In the sky, you don't see anything in there. So that means your eye faculty is also gone. And there's also nothing in emptiness. The empty space also disappears and your eyes cannot see anything. So the form and the faculty of the eyes are both empty. Who would be able to understand the form and emptiness? So the eye faculty and the forms you see have no self-nature and no location. So the forms, the external forms and your seeing are both false, and they are produced neither by dependent rising nor self-rising. So everyone should understand that if your eyes don't see, there are no forms and appearances. But when you see, then you would generate forms and appearances. And when you see empty space, there's nothing. Then that's the same as the eye faculty also disappears. So the empty space does not come from the empty space. It does not come from the eye faculty. And both of them are empty and false. That's the primary meaning. So the key point is the eyes and the forms or the sights are all empty and false because they arise and cease. Or we can say that everything conditioned is produced by causes and conditions. Without causes and conditions, there is nothing. Obsess me. So this is what Sakyamuni Buddha said, that the eye sees the form. If the form is empty, then your eyes have no sensory perception. If the form exists but the eyes do not see, then it's the same as the eye faculty being non-existent. That's what this piece is talking about. So the eyes and the visual objects are both false and illusory. If your eyes do not see it, then you will not generate any thoughts. But because the eyes saw, and let me just call her by one name, Tin. And then later on, her dad asked her to get married. Actually, after I left Hualien, we were in correspondence, and her last letter wrote, "If you don't marry me right away, I will marry somebody else. You have to come and marry me right away." And alive, I belong to the Lu family, and when I die, I would become a ghost in the Lu family. Wow. But I was just... And my dad scolded me and burned all the love letters and called my uncle to cut off their relations, because how could you introduce your female secretary to my son so that my son's grade was really bad. I had no ability to marry her at that time in high school. It's gone just like that. And finally, she appeared at my home wearing a white wedding gown. She's at my home. Her name is Tin. See how deep her love is. The eyes produce form, but the form and appearance can also captivate the eyes. But no relation, no eyes, no form. They're all false and illusory.